our chief meteorologist, Kristen Van Dyke, is here, and it's this. Is your job easy today because it's the same numbers across the board?
It's kind of boring. No, yeah, it is pretty easy right now because we don't have much in the way of any changes. And so I'm tracking the 90-degree days for you that we've had so far this summer. And we can add another one to the books. We officially hit 90 just within the last hour. And so that's another day of 90-degree plus weather for us here in the Portland area. Typically, we see about 12 of these days of summer. So far this year now, we're up to 7. So we're right on track as we go into August. August is typically our warmest month of the year, so we'll likely add to that number, and we should come out at least evenly as we finish out the rest of the summer. Here's a look at the highs today: 90 in Portland, 94 in Salem, and then you get to the triple-digit heat as you head out towards Redmond and then out towards the eastern part of the state. Mid-90s up in Baker City, Astoria back up to 70, Newport in the low 60s this afternoon. Now we are going to see some changes along the coastal areas, and you've probably seen a little bit more in the way of haziness out, and that's because the moisture content is going up in the air. This will allow for a few thunderstorms off the Cascades too, but for us, it just makes it feel a little bit more muggy out. 89 degrees right now, winds coming in from the northwest at 14. That does help cool you off, so if you can find some shade, it's really not bad to be outdoors at all. Just beautiful weather for us, and it will be a very warm evening. Temperatures in the upper 80s through 7 o'clock, and then even as we head towards the 9 o'clock hour, sun's going down, temperatures still right at 80 degrees, and a very comfortable evening ahead with temperatures in the mid 70s, and we'll continue with those mostly clear skies as we head through the overnight hours. Now, again, there is a little bit more moisture in the air, so that does mean that we were able to capitalize that along the higher terrain. And so over in the Cascades, thunderstorms have developed, and some of these storms have produced quite a bit of lightning. You can see just within the last 30-45 minutes or so, still quite a bit of lightning happening in some of these cells just east of the Cascades over towards the Bend area, trying to head up to the north. They really aren't able to stray very far from the mountains. They're staying mainly in the mountain areas, but some of us are trying to get a little bit of light rain here and there over in the Bend area east of there. So you can see up near Redmond, and then the stronger stuff to the north and west. So we'll continue to see those thunderstorms pop up as we head through the rest of this afternoon and evening, and then things will quiet down tonight, and then we'll see those chances stick around for tomorrow afternoon too, with more thunderstorms developing along the Cascades. So storm chances staying east of the valley and east of the metro area. As far as heat relief goes, very little in the way of any heat relief. So if it's been a little bit unbearable for you lately, we're going to have to get through a few more days before things really, or several more days before things really start to cool down for us. But at least in the evenings, we're still talking some mild weather there, with temperatures dipping down into the upper 50s and low 60s. Here's an overall look at the pattern. This is what we've been looking at for the past few days. It is going to slowly change. Now, as we get into the weekend, we are going to start to see this jet stream, the storm track, start to take a dip, and that will allow for some of the cooler, more moist air to move our way. For now, we're going to continue to pump in the moisture from the south, keeping the weather unsettled from the Cascades east. But as we get into the weekend and the start of next week, temperatures will slowly start to come down. And we're not talking 70s for highs, nothing that dramatic, but we'll go from the low 90s to highs back to the mid 80s, so it'll feel a little bit better for us. For the coast tomorrow, a little more fog, maybe even some drizzles to start off with. Highs in the 60s, Valley 90s, central and eastern Oregon back to the 90s with more thunderstorms popping up for the afternoon. Gorge, sunshine, upper 80s, Government Camp at 80 degrees, and then for the metro area, we're back up to 87 tomorrow afternoon, so we're staying on the hot side. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Thursday 88, 88 on Friday. The weekend should be beautiful. Temperatures mainly in the upper 80s, and then as I said, we'll slowly start to see the temperatures come down a little bit. Early next week, we're back to the mid 80s, but as far as any rain is concerned, none of that moving our way anytime soon. I know. What does that mean for you? You have quite the yard to mow.
I do have quite the yard. I live on a farm. My wife's a horse trainer. Just means a lot of weed whacking, a lot of trough filling, a lot of work.
Working out in the heat.
You feel sorry for me?
Oh, so sorry for you.
Yes. Hey, if you folks want to learn more about Jennifer on KOIN.com, you can go watch I grill her, I interrogate you. You can learn everything, well, not everything you needed to know about her. So go to KOIN.com.
Yeah,
it's a really awkward introduction.
Welcome. Yeah, sorry. You got to excuse this one over here. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not completely out of control.